Anybody here? And suddenly we were greeted with... that is not words. Skirgatchagafu Angian slash Kraka. I did my best. You again. Herzstat expel ER 103.2.1.255. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Ag cubed for sum equals sin act 61. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah,
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
no, I am a ghost. Sorry. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks.
Ah!
It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Bodied.
Yo!
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who?
Hmm.
Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? We are all Miss Cleo. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Whoops, I meant to click on... So, what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find new clues? If only we had a key that opened every single door. Ugh, you stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you.
Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around the garbage for a while. This smell is so smelly. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. Okay.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it. To
However-
stop it. But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
However,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
Correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you would agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words,
Interesting.
one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries? It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? Bum bum bum.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? And then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So in other
If the
words,
mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But, according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right.
And maybe
right?
Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of
Ooh,
fairness,
rad.
I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
Well, the time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name
At this
of my
point,
family.
I could only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you were like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Okay, bro. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
'cause,
But
I mean,
up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died.
Huh?
Makoto? That's really nice of you to say.
but,
But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us, so that's what I have to prove? I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. Nyom. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So, where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check. The headmaster's room, the bio lab, the data center, the dorms on the second floor, the garden, and the dojo. That's a lot of places, brother. Well, let's start with the dorms, because they're right here. Yeah. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Oh man, more red blood. This is the second floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up in here or something. Red blood. Let's check the bathrooms. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't... Too bad. The vital clue is in there. And we'll never get to know, because Makoto's a wimp. Nothing to look at in the boys' bathroom. Yo, there's a giraffe in a locker. Oh, man. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Look at all these investigation points. There's a metal plate mounted on the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. But there's money! I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. What a quitter, dude. I wonder if I can open this locker. Rattle, rattle. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open these up. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... Bzzz, no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can open it. Wonder if I can open this locker. Rattle, rattle. Nope. Nope. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. No way to get it open. Oops, I didn't want to look at the plate again, dude. It looks like this locker's already broken. And? Key card. Nope. Key card. Nope. I don't think this locker's gonna open, but it has money. Bzzzt. Metal plate mounted to the locker, no way to get it open. And, well, nothing in there yet unless I find a key card or an old handbook. Monokuma's a liar. He said he unlocked all the doors, but the locker doors weren't unlocked. SMH. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Well, let me look at the blue stuff first. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would
Whoever
seem-
used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair?
However,
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know.
in other
The ultimate
words,
despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However,
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
whew,
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. Woo, a new truth bullet. The desk is home to a computer. Must have belonged to the headmaster. Money! A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. Must have been the headmaster's. Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is this some kind of design mistake or construction defect or something?
So,
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not even sure you can call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue to what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on his PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password.
Whew.
When I think of how much time I wasted on this... Jeez. So if there's a hidden room she couldn't get into, that's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in there, but maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. It's gonna work. First try. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Beep. Grrr. Easy clap. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko? She's pissed. Hey, Kyoko. I may as well have not even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that last. Thanks for the offer, though. I'd better check out that... Okay, fine. Silly game. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it, but I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem.
If it's what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway.
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside, and... He failed. He screamed. You lose. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there, human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. But that's pretty much the same thing, a dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones? That body? That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Flashbacks. Alter ego said the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words...
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. And that's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility, but I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? Flashback City. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. Nice. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko? I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? I got the big boy handbook. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like a stranger touching her dad's stuff.
Hey.
I don't think she cares, dude. We've made this clear. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He's pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well,
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
now.
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. A picture. Huh? This picture? It's all faded. It must be pretty old. It doesn't look that faded to me, dude. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this? So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Listen,
Hey.
Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
So.
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but
Hey,
could you leave? Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko? Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just
I
a
need
second.
to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad, how you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory, and this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later.